All right, guys. It's Sunday morning, I think. Worked on my Audi most of the weekend, just trying to get it back up to snuff. I didn't get my headlights figured out yet. I had another issue happen. So the keys on this car, I can find them. So these are the keys. Goes in the dash right there. You push it. It's like a push button. This key got stuck in there. I couldn't get it out to save my life. I couldn't figure it out. I started messing around. I was thinking maybe it was like neutral safety switch or something. And this is what happened. I was kind of messing with the shifter knob and it snapped right off, you guys. Yeah. So now I gotta, you can see I kind of pried that back a little bit, I was trying to get to some kind of neutral safety switch, and I've kind of pried that open just a little bit to see what was under there, and the knob broke right off. So yeah, so now I get to replace my whole shifter, so that's freaking neat. Yeah, anyway, so I was just gonna kind of show you guys how I'm getting this out. So this piece right here, it sits in there literally. If you just grab the bottom of it and pull up a little, and then I just use a little screwdriver and just started prying, it pops right out. There's no bolts, no nothing holding it in there, just like compression fit. There's two plugs on the back of it, so I took that out. This piece here, it goes down underneath here. It's kind of your ashtray area. There's two little bolts, one there and one on the other side, that bolt into these two holes here. Then that slides out. It does have one connection right there. Undid that. This piece here, I literally just pried it up. I just stuck a screwdriver in here and pried up both sides, popped it off. The center boot itself, it actually has 4 tabs on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll allow you to pry that out of there. There is this stupid little metal bracket. This thing right here. Wow. That actually clips around the base of your boot right there, to hold that onto the shifter essentially. So yeah, you gotta I just put a little screwdriver behind it and undid the clip, and it actually undid, so got lucky there. Yeah, so got all that out of there. This is kind of where we're at. I'm trying to figure out how to get this shifter out. I'm really afraid I'm gonna have to pull this whole console, the whole center console, to get this shifter out, because I know there's a cable connected to it. I did try this too. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going too far, but you can pull up on this and it'll shift into different gears, you guys. So I have a feeling this is kind of why my car wouldn't allow the key to come out, because the shifter was broken. It wasn't allowing this to engage or disengage all the way. Yeah, so trying to think if I'm missing anything that I forgot to tell you guys about so far. I don't think I did. I think we're good. So I'm gonna start working on taking those bolts out. There's a couple bolts up here. They should allow this shifter to start coming out. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there's a cable that drives somewhere. I found this whole contraption on eBay. It's like 150, 170 bucks. Not the kind of money I wanted to put into this car, especially for something like that. So but it is what it is. We're here, it's broke, we got to get it fixed so I can drive this thing again. Then we'll get back to those headlights, trying to figure out how I can put the new headlights in. You know, buy some kind of adapter or something. Okay, let me try to figure out how to get this out, and then I'll show you guys where I get. All right, you guys, so I got as far as I could up front. I took all the bolts out for the shifter, disconnected all the wires hanging out here. It had this rubbery thing over that. Pulled that off. The shifter won't come out until the center console is kind of sandwiched under there, so you got to pull out this rear part too. So you go in the back seats. You pull this out. This is like your heater duct part. Mine unfortunately broke as I was kind of trying to pry it out of there softly. The pieces, they're just really fragile right now. I don't know, everything's super soft on this car. I don't know if it's just old or what, but yeah, so that sits in there. You got to pull that out. Mine broke, as you can see, so I'm gonna have to order that too. But there's 2 bolts right here and 2 right here. To get the ones on the side, you do got to lift this because the hinge part kind of gets in the way. You won't be able to get to it. Yeah, so if you lift this, you can get to it. So I'll get these 2 out. These 2 out. Then we'll see. I think there's a couple more down in here. Oh yeah, you can see all my parts broken from my vent. Yeah, so I gotta, literally, you guys, I gotta get this whole freaking console out of here. Just get that damn shifter out. And I still don't know where the cable goes on the other end either. So yeah, I'm hoping it'll disconnect right here and I don't have to pull the cable out of the car, but I have a feeling I'm not gonna get that lucky. Yeah. Okay, I'll get these bolts out of here. Then I'll show you guys what else is holding this thing is once I figure it out. All right, you guys, so I made it a little ways here. So I pried this back piece off. You kind of just, it's got little clips down here on the sides. Pry those off, and then it actually kind of pulls out this way on the top here. Because it's kind of got some little clips right there, so it kind of comes off at a funny angle. You pry those sides off and it actually pulls out this way. So got that off. Disconnected these wires. There's 4 bolts right here. This just pulls out, you guys. It's just the heater duct. So pull that out, and there's 2 more right there that I got to undo. I got these ones off already, so I'll get those out, and then hopefully this thing will start to move. I don't know. Said I've never done this before, but it's kind of where we're at. I'm gonna try to get these out. I'm gonna have to switch tools. I think my ratchet's too long. My extension, yeah. I'll have to figure something else out there. But I'm gonna get those out. Then I'm hoping this thing should come off of here. God, I hope. We'll see though. All right, guys. So we got the center console out. I just lifted it up and leaned it up there. You can see those 4 bolts are the main thing that hold it in. There's like some little clips up in here in the front. You can see these little tabs. Those kind of clip up underneath this side here. And then there's this top casing. It looks like it's just a kind of a press fit compression kind of fitting in. So you got to lift it off these bolts. And then this is just, it has like little tabs in the front here to get it out of the way. There's 1 wire right there holding it together, so we're just gonna flip it back this way. Oh my gosh, this sucks. I hope I don't have to drop the transmission to get this out. Oh my gosh, it looks like I'm gonna have to. Oh boy. That's a little more in depth than I wanted to do. Uh-oh. Yeah. Let me do a little research, you guys. I am not dropping transmission out of this car. I will buy another shifter and pull the guts out of the top and put it into here if I have to. I am not doing that though. Let me look though. Maybe there's just something holding it. Maybe I can push it down and out. I don't know. I gotta look under the car. Maybe do a little bit of research. I'm not 100% sure. I thought that thing was gonna lift off the top and the cable would come out, but it is not looking like that. Yeah. That's gonna suck if I have to do that. Okay. Let me do some research. Let me look around in this car, see if maybe I'm missing something that allow it to come out through the top. I don't know. It ain't looking promising. All right, you guys. This just got hard. That shifter's got to go down. I've jacked the car up here as high as I possibly can. This car's just super low to the ground. This is gonna suck, you guys. I'm not looking forward to this at all. Let me climb under here to show you. Ow. Sorry, you guys. I tweaked my neck last night too, so I'm like super sore. I'm trying to do this. So that shifter sits right up there. You can see what's in the way. I gotta drop the exhaust. Looks like the rear drive line's got to come out. This heat shield's got to come out. Yeah. Fuck. I am not sure I even want to attempt this, you guys. I don't have a lift. I don't know. I'm gonna let this thing back down. I'm gonna put the front up on my Rhino ramps here. I'm gonna put them on those. Then I'm gonna jack up the ass end as high as I possibly can, see if I can get some clearance under here. I gotta admit, you guys, I don't want to do this. I don't want to try to drop the exhaust out of this car or the rear drive line. I just literally don't want to do it. I wish that thing would have never broke. Yeah, but it is what it is. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try to get this front end up, and then I'll jack this ass end up as high as I can and see what kind of clearance I can get. I might end up putting, I don't know. It's just not a lot of room for me to work, and I'm not exactly a super small gentleman. Damn thing. Yeah, so there's just not a lot of room. Yeah, I don't want to do this. I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to do it. But I got to. I can't afford to pay somebody to do it. So, yeah, it sucks. But we're gonna get her done eventually. I'm gonna let this car down. I'm gonna drive it up on those ramps if I can get it to shift into gear. I got a pair of vice grips that I've been using to pull the cable so that it'll pop. I thought maybe I could take the two halves of the shifter apart, buy a new one, and just replace the shifter part. I can't get to all the bolts because some of them are underneath, so I can't even do that. I actually thought about cutting a hole through the bottom of the floor of my car so I pull the shifter out through the top, then making brackets so I could reattach it. I don't know, I may still go that route. I'm kind of looking at it. Most vehicles, when you have a shifter, they have like a cover plate. You just undo the screws, pull the plate off, and you can pull it out from the top. But apparently Audi wasn't that smart. They want to make this hard on me. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, you guys. I'm going to get off here for a while, contemplate my life choices, I guess, at this point. I then get after it again. All right, you guys. I'm going to tell you what I did. Keep in mind this car has a salvage title. It's been wrecked prior to me buying it. That's why I got it so cheap. In order to get this shifter out, it comes out from the bottom. You guys kind of saw that before. Literally, I would have to take the exhaust out, dealing with exhaust manifold bolts, exhaust bolts. Like, I don't know if anyone's dealt with that. It sucks. They're always rusted. They always break. It's just a pain in the ass. I also would have to drop the rear drive line, all the heat shield under this car, and looks like, more than likely from what I've seen online, the back of the tail shaft housing out of the transmission. I was not going to do that, you guys. There was no way in hell. I cut a hole through my car. I measured this, laid it out. Now I can pull my shifter out through the top. Here's why I did it, you guys. So hopefully a lot of you guys have dealt with like Chevy, old Ford stuff. Where their shifters are, they have a floor plate and they're bolted into the floor. So literally that's what I did. I made the floor plate. So this is a piece I cut out of my car. I know everyone's probably like, oh my God, he cut an Audi. Yeah, I cut my Audi. It's salvage title. Anyway, so I had this piece of aluminum. I made this template prior to cutting anything out. I drilled a hole here, here, and here so that I can line this back up, because what I got to do is cut these 4 holes out. What this will allow me to do is use this to put my shifter back in. So when I get my new shifter, this will drop in there and it will screw in. I will screw this into here, and I will seam seal it, silicone it, something, but I'll have bolt holes here, bolt holes up here to bolt this plate in. So now if the shifter ever fails again, I just unbolt this and I can pull my shifter out through the top. That's how Audi should have done it instead of making this so hard. This is ridiculous. Yeah. That's what I did, you guys. I cut a hole through my car. Like I said, this car is salvage title. It's been wrecked. Yeah, it is what it is. I wasn't going to go through all that work. So I cut a hole. I'm going to unbolt this. It's got a cable up here in the front holding it in still. So I'm going to go undo the cable from the side of the transmission, fish this whole thing out, and I'm going to get a new one of these coming. We'll get this put back in, then we'll use our plate. That'll sandwich our shifter back into our floor. We should be good to go again. In the future, if I ever have issues with my shifter, pull my plate out, pull my shifter out. No drop in exhaust, none of that crap. Yeah, so that'll bolt right in there. I do got to bend it right here, and I got to bend it right here. I'll use my little Harbor Freight press thing that I got. We'll seal this back up, and keep in mind, you guys, this is all underneath the center console. Nobody will know except for me and everybody on YouTube that watched me cut a hole through an Audi. So, anybody that works for Audi is watching this, tell Audi to do this. This is the way it should be done. This taking all this crap out to get it through the bottom, super dumb. Make a floor plate. That's what I did. This will bolt back in there, you guys. I'll show you where I get when I get with it. I'm going to undo that cable. I'm going to pull the shifter out, and I'm going to get my other one ordered. I'll probably work on getting my holes for up here and here to bolt this down. Find some silicone and stuff. I may end up bolting this down and then forming these corners to the body lines. Because you can see this is slightly rounded here and here. I cut this off flat, thinking that I might form that to fit that just a little bit better. I probably will, you guys. I want it to be right and look good, so I'll get that done here in a little bit after I get this thing out, now that it's really broke. Cool. Oh shit, did I cut through those? Oh, I do want to tell you guys how I cut this. I use my Sawzall. I actually use my grinder and my 4.5-inch wheel. I laid my leathers all the way around this, and then I just punctured a little hole right here, and then I stuck my Sawzall in and cut it. Punctured a little hole, cut with my Sawzall. The ends I cut with my cutoff wheel. I just wrapped my leathers around this so it was catching all the sparks and letting it go down through the bottom and out underneath the car. So I was watching, not the safest thing, you guys. I wish I had, like, they have these little pneumatic like body saws for like doing sheet metal work. That's what I wish I had to do this. I didn't have one at the time. I had my cutoff wheel and a Sawzall. I did cut my Sawzall blade off pretty short though. I put that blade in my chop saw and I chopped it off short. And I made sure before I cut in this, you guys, I stuck my finger down in here, made sure there was no lines, no gas, nothing, no power, anything. I did have to be a little careful because there's wires going down both sides of this center console. So yeah, I'm gonna get this unbolted, get it pulled out now, get my new one ordered, and hopefully we'll get it put back in. Then I can get back on these lights so we can deal with it. Yeah, damn car. Yeah, I want to get on dealing with this light. I taped it up for now, you guys, just keep the water and stuff out of it. Just packing tape. I have a new set to put in there. I got to get the adapter cords from, because these are like the Xeon super fancy turny ones. The other ones I have are just like standard halogen Audi lights. They're still pretty decent. It's just this one's so broken because this car was hit here. This is why I got it so cheap. It was, yeah, crunched here prior to me getting it. I really want to keep these lights. I like the Xeon lights. They're freaking awesome. They go so far and they turn when you go around a corner. They'll turn with the road. They're freaking awesome. I'm just not willing to pay the $300 to $800 they want for that one light. So I'm keeping my eye out for it. I'm going to put the other ones in for now once I get the adapters to go from this to the halogens. But I'll keep my eye out, and eventually I'll go back to these lights once I replace this one. That one's still good. This one's still fine. It's actually a really good light. So yeah, we'll see. One of these days we'll get a new light. Let me get this shifter pulled the rest of the way out, you guys. And all right, you guys, I gotta show you where I got. So this is a piece that I cut out, you guys. Let me take you out here. So this is a piece I cut out of my car. You can see I got that little hole right there and right there. I drilled those holes so that I could do the same thing essentially I used this. It lined my aluminum piece. Sorry, I can't get my car to quit dinging either. The key's stuck in the dash until I get this fixed. So it aligned my aluminum piece with this. And then what I did, I put this on the backside, and then that became my guide to align. There we go. Sorry, I'm trying to hold stuff, run the camera, run the flashlight because it's dark as hell in my car. So I screwed that to my aluminum plate. Yeah, now my hand's in the way. Anyways, so I screwed the piece I cut out to my aluminum plate. Here and here. That allowed me to cut these holes out perfect. I used my little die grinder. I used my pliers and then my die grinder to clean them up. It's not perfectly aligned right now, you guys. But allowed me to clean these holes up. And then by having that piece of the car screwed to here, when I set this aluminum piece in here, the outside border of that piece lined up my aluminum, and then I drilled my 2 holes to mount my new plate. Oh, now that thing's stuck in there. Great. There. Yeah, and then all I did was just take that piece back out. So I took that piece back out, got rid of it. Now I got this aluminum piece in here that's like perfect. I'll be able to unbolt this, drop my shifter in, bolt my shifter back up, and then everything will be covered with the carpet and the center console. No one will know what's there but me. Well, and all you guys on YouTube that are following me. Which I appreciate. Thank you guys, everyone who's following me. That's freaking awesome for me. It's really helping me out. I'm trying to get these views up. I'm trying to get to a point where, you know, I can kind of do this a little more full time. But yeah, so that'll be my new shifter hole cover. And when I put my shifter in, drop this plate in, I'll silicone around this outside. That'll seal it off from the elements. Then the shifter will seal up these holes because it has like an actual gasket around it. So yeah, that's where we're at, you guys. So now my shifter comes out from the top. None of this dumb Audi crap that comes out from the bottom. I'll show you guys the shifter too that I pulled out. So here's the shifter. So it has this cable on it. There's 2 10mm. Takes a 10mm socket to pull these out. This just pops off the transmission. It's just a ball and socket kind of joint. This is kind of permanent in there. I thought maybe I could disconnect it there, but after looking online, I kind of realized this would be easier to disconnect it there. So, but that's the shifter. You can see there's a seal all the way around this. So once I get this bolted in my aluminum's silicone down to the car, it shouldn't let any weather in. So it should be airtight again. I'll put my console back over it and it should be good. Yeah, you guys can see that's the part that's broke. That actually pulls the cable in and out. I don't know if I can make it. No, I can't. But I was putting vice grips on this and pulling it, but this actually broke inside the actual knob. So that's why I had to do this and pull it off. I'm guessing it's been cracked for a while and it finally just let go. I'm guessing when the guy that originally had this car wrecked it, he had his hand on here and he cracked it, and it's been working for a few years, but it finally just let go. So I'm gonna get online tonight and order a new one of these. I found a couple like 150, 170 bucks. So same color, same knob and everything as my car, so which is cool. I really didn't want to spend the money on this. I'd rather put it into the headlights, but yeah, it is what it is. So we're gonna get a new one of them ordered and we'll get it put in here the next probably week or so. I gotta wait for it to show up, but yeah, now I got that sweet little freaking cover, dude. I'll be able to pull the shifter in and out whenever I need to. So yeah, good deal. I will show you guys when the new shifter comes. I'll show you the install of it too. It shouldn't be super hard. It's just time consuming with all this plastic, and yeah, I'm gonna put the center console back in and all the clips and everything. Yeah, we'll get there though. I'm close. Okay, you guys, we're back on the Audi. I got my new shifter. It came from a junkyard somewhere. I ordered it off eBay. It's the exact same shifter that I had in it. It actually is the exact same color too. I got lucky. So what I wanted to show you guys is I put some sealant around this hole. This is pretty much how like most manufacturers do this. They make an access panel so you can remove this from the top, or there's a hole sunk down in right here where the shifter bolts down into, so you can pull it out from the top and you're not dropping all this stuff. So essentially that's all I did, you guys, to this car. I just made it accessible from the top. So now I can take my plate that I've made. You can see I bent the end just a little bit on both sides to match the contour of this car a little bit. So got my sealant on there. I'll wiggle this down around here, see if I can do this one-handed. It's going to be a little iffy. Uh-oh. Oh, and I put the screws in my pocket. I thought I did. Didn't want to go for a minute. Literally, you guys, I think you could probably use just about any kind of sealant to seal this up. Stuff I used was actually, it's a caulking for a roofing application. It's really good in wet areas. That's why I used it. And I also had it. So I didn't have to pay anything for it. I've been putting a lot of money into this car lately, so just trying to get it up to snuff for winter hits mainly. So I'm just wiping off some of the excess, you guys. Kind of squeezed out a little bit, but it's sealed up all the way around now. Ah, messy. All right. Wow, sorry you guys, I knocked you over. So now she's sealed up, you guys. That stuff doesn't ever actually harden because it's the caulking. So like I said, it's really good in wet, weathery areas. So it should be fine for this. It's literally just kind of sealing that hole up in case any water gets by. The shifter actually has a seal that seals from the bottom, and all that material is still there where it's sealing up against. It's got this rubber seal on it right here, all the way around it. It actually goes around these screw holes too. So when I tighten these screws up, it'll seal all the way against that aluminum plate and still against the body of the Audi. So it shouldn't be an issue with any kind of leaking or anything. Water splashing up from underneath, because I live on a dirt road. There's like, I think I got 4 miles of dirt road for the pavement. Yeah, so that should fix my problem. I'm gonna start getting this thing bolted up in here, hooking the shifter linkage up, getting all these plugs plugged in so I can try this thing, make sure that it's working. We'll pull these back out. I just had these holding my carpet back while I did that. So now you guys see, once I get this in, nobody's ever gonna know. Just me, you, and, well, me and everyone on YouTube that's watching me. Which, thank you guys, everyone, for subscribing and watching me. Man, I appreciate it. It keeps me going and gets me getting this stuff done and keep doing new projects like the one next door here. So I'm gonna have to get off here, you guys, and start bolting some of this stuff up. I got a lot of stuff to put back. So let me start getting this shifter bolted back in here. Get all these wires hooked up. I got all my coverings and everything that got to go back together. So I think that'll slip through there, actually. I was thinking I needed to put this on the shifter before I bolted it in, but I don't think so. Okay, let me get off here and get this kind of started and figured out where I left off on putting it back together, and I'll kind of show you guys as I'm going how I'm getting this done. All right, you guys. Best way to get light on this: attach your flashlight to your mirror, your sun visor, not mirror, sun visor, and put light right on it. did want to show you guys. So this is the heat run, you guys. It just kind of does a press fit into another piece of plastic up under here. You got to put this in first. I actually screwed up. I started putting this black piece in that holds a shifter to the floor first, and I forgot that that had to go in before it. So make sure you guys get that in. It just pushes into the front. There's it's like a square opening that goes into, and it runs all the way back to here. Then you put this piece of plastic in, and there's 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're 10mm socket to get that shifter in there. So now you guys can see my shifter's in there. Look, it's good as new, you guys. I mean, that's just as solid with that plate in there. And now I have access to this shifter permanently. Whenever I take this apart, I just pull my plate, pull my shifter out if I have to. So I say that's a great upgrade. Audi needs to watch my video and do that to their cars, or any manufacturer that doesn't do that. It needs it. It's too big of a pain in the butt to do it the other way, you guys. That's why I didn't do it. I was not going to drop the exhaust on this car and all the other crap that needed to come out. It just wasn't happening. But now you can see, you can just barely see my plate in there. There's this front screw and the back screw, which is funny, is right underneath it here. Nope, I'm sorry, it's right underneath it here. But from a distance, only me and everyone on YouTube watching me is going to ever know I hacked a hole in my car. So it's great. To me, that was the way this car should have been. So now I think make sure you guys pull your wires up through here too. These run stuff in the dash, or in the center console area. So I think that's what's going to have to go in next. We're going to slide that in here. I'm pretty sure that's the next thing that goes in. I know it's been a while. I might have to watch my own video back, but that's what I'm going to go for, is putting my center console back in here. I might have to connect this and turn the key on to get this to shift out of neutral. No, I don't. So see this little button right here, you guys? If you have your ashtray in your Audi, you pull the ashtray out and you can get to this. That's your neutral button. If you push that in, neutral safety switch, I believe is what they call it. Push that in and allow you to shift this out of gear. But you have to have something to depress it to allow it to shift. So I'm probably going to do that, shift this out of gear, because I think this has got to be back to get some of this stuff in. Like maybe this over it. Like, no, I'll probably be able to get that too, actually. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just try to stuff it in there. We'll see. This might not go past it, though. I might have issues with this right here. We'll see. I'm going to start putting it in. I'll let you guys know it, if I had to shift this or not. But if you ever have to, you guys, yeah, literally your little ashtray compartment. I had to look this up online, but you pop this out and apparently you can get to it. There's a little access panel right here. I can't pry it open with my finger, but that's a little access panel right there. This literally sits right in that hole, right back in here, you guys. I can't get it in there because the shifter's in the way. But if you just pull out the center part of your ashtray, which I can't seem to find mine, oh, this part. So this part sits in your ashtray. You pry this out, and then it's got this little cubby. You pop that open. That allows you to push that, I think they call it a neutral safety switch, and allow you to shift this out of gear without the keys being in the ignition or in the on position. So if you ever have that issue, that's kind of how you get to it. I saw it online. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew. I didn't know it. So I found out when I was trying to tear this dash apart. Somebody online told me about it. So thank you, YouTube. YouTube also helps me, you guys. Man, I watch a lot of YouTube. That's why I kind of started this. Help people out that are struggling like I am on some of this stuff, and, you know, share the stuff and knowledge that I have too. So let me get this center console back in here, or start working on getting it back in. I'll kind of show you where we got to go, and I got to order a piece for my back. You guys saw I broke it already, so I'm gonna have to order a piece for my vents in the back. I probably won't do it for a while. I gotta wait till next paycheck, I think. So just because I got a budget, I gotta work around. So yeah, we'll start getting on this dash in and figure out where all these wires hook up to. I kind of forgot where they hook. So, and I have more over here that I gotta hook up to. I gotta figure out where they go also. So yeah, I'll show you guys when I get where I can get. All right, you guys, I did want to show you this, these 3 wires right here. I'm making a shadow. Sorry. Make sure you fish them underneath this. That's that heat run. Make sure you go underneath and in the middle. I kind of had them coming over the top here. The problem was when you slide the center console in, this piece right here, it catches those wires and excuse me, it catches those wires and pushes them back underneath. They need to go underneath that piece right here in this area. So make sure you tuck those under when you slide the center console in. I had to depress that neutral safety switch and shift this thing back so that I could get that piece right there over this. Once you get that over, you kind of got to angle this thing, you guys, a little bit coming in. So you're coming down kind of like that angle to get over that and into its slot that it needs to go into. Yeah, kind of. Just be careful of your wires, you're not pinching nothing. And then it just slides in there, you guys. These are for the stereo part, but yeah, it slides in there. Make sure you pull. There's other wires under here, you guys. You got to make sure are pulled up too. I got them pinched now. Hold on. Yeah. So there's 3 more wires in the back also. You got to get these pulled up too. Those have got to go under. And then this thing has little notches right there. Little black. Those little, gosh, sorry you guys, it's dark in here. It has these little black notches, and in the actual center console there's a little tab it sticks on both sides. That's kind of what hooks it in there in the front. Yeah, so those little tabs are right in there. That's in there now. Looks like there's a screw right there, right here. I got to get those put in. I can attach these wires now. One of them, not that one, this one goes right down here at the base of the shifter. Let me put my light back up where it was. Let's see here. This black one here, it goes in the side of the shifter. This one will hook to the ashtray. And then these do like the park brake and the traction control button in this part. So you got your traction control and your park brake on there. They'll control those two, and then the wire from the shifter actually hooks into the back of this too to illuminate your shift pattern here. Pretty straightforward, you guys. Like I said, this is not rocket science. It's just kind of knowing the bolts are at. Some of the stuff, whoa, that plugs into the other piece. Okay, yeah, I think we got her licked, you guys. So I'm gonna get these bolts put in the front. I gotta come back here and deal with the bolts in the back. I gotta make sure I'm on these. Yeah, there's 4 of them. Wow, sorry guys. There's 4 of them right down there in the back console that bolt the back console down. I'll make sure I'm not pinching my wires back there, which it looks like I'm sitting on them currently. Yeah, so there's my other wires right there. And I'll get you guys a better view when I get in the back seat and get that bolted down. I'm going to get this front bolted down, then I'll start working on this back. Start to put all these pieces back in here. Getting everything bolted down where it needs to go. So we're getting closer. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so nice to have my car back. I haven't had my car for weeks, guys. So I've just been doing a lot of work to it. Trying to get it up to snuff. So yeah. Hopefully, by the time I get this all hooked back up, I can get my keys out of my dash finally, because they're stuck in there. I can't get them out. I'm hoping this solves my problem, because I think the detent wasn't allowing this to undo. But I will show you guys this too. So, like right now, you can't shift it out. But if you push that little detent, it allows you to shift it out of gear. And that's just that little one right down there. All right. Let me get this stuff bolted in where it needs to go. If I'm missing a bolt or something, I'll show you guys what I'm missing. I got another plug here. I got to figure out where that hooks to also. Yeah, we're getting there though. So I wanted to show you this. See this little switch right here? In case anyone's wondering what that's for, I did not know this. My car was already broke when I got it. So this, jeez. This is the back of the ashtray. Right here, there's supposed to be a little tab. That little tab clips the ashtray in. That allows you to release the ashtray, which allows you to get access to that neutral safety cover. Just in case anyone wondering what that's for, that's what it's for. I just figured it out. Mine was, like I said, my tab was already broke off mine, so it's never really worked.